What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. As you saw in the last video, we made some good progress. We got this thing fired up. So there's some little stuff we got to finish up before we call it done with the turbo kit all the way. So there was an oil leak. I'll show you where it was at. So we got to fix that, and then we got to heat shield some stuff. We got to relocate some stuff. We need more room, and this, that, and the other before we can actually start the fuel system install, which I got all the parts laid out and ready to go. That shouldn't take very long at all, but we had to do those things. So that's what this video is going to be about, is getting it all put back together and ready. So let's get into it. Let me show you what I'm going to do first. Alright, so first off, this is all a mess. I hate it. I can't take it. It's making me crazy. So we are going to take this heat shielding off. We got new heat shielding for it. This power wire for the alternator, we're going to flip it around. We're going to make room for it. I don't care what has to happen. We're going to make room. And then we are going to relocate this heater hose to below the turbo manifold, below everything. And then we're going to heat shield that too. And then this heater hose, we are going to trim and get it to set right above the Ford Racing on the valve cover, so it is away from the turbo or the downpipe and it's not burning up. So there's a lot to do here. So then the other thing that happened is my belt's too loose, and yeah, there's no room. Not at all. No way at all there's any room in there. So I have a shorter belt. Hopefully when I change that fitting, we can actually move the alternator closer, and I gotta trim up that bad boy so it all works together. So alternator, that's what we gotta do with that. Look how ugly that is, by the way. It makes me sick. All right, and so then we have this cluster of disgusting gauge, whatever, this, that, and the other. So that's where it's leaking oil from. There's a giant puddle below it, and I saw it, physically saw it leaking oil when the car was on. So yeah, don't mind my nasty RTV job. It's sealed, that's all you have to know.
Wait a minute!
And then the other thing is we're going to drain the oil, put new oil in it, and we're going to actually mark my dipstick for the first time. So that was one of the things I had to do, and we're finally going to do it. So I'll show you the process of that too. Like I said, just a ton of little crap that needs to get done. All right, so first thing is, so my other engine that I had an extra extender. So what we're gonna do is we're going to drill a hole right there, and where'd it go? And then we're gonna put this bad boy in it so it just sticks like that. And then we're going to use this fitting to run the oil line, and that should work really well. Here's the new heater hose. It's not bubbly and disgusting like the other one, so O'Reilly saved the day again. So then we got a turbo blanket for the car, but as you can see, it is not black. It is whatever titanium color this is. So we have that ceramic coating, not ceramic, whatever that heat shielding is to seal your exhaust wrap. We're gonna paint this thing black so it's not titanium anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we got to do, and I think the first thing I want to do is we're going to get that thing black so we can get that squared away. So let's paint it black. So the next order of business is drilling and tapping this. So a good spot when I was looking on the car, so it extends out like this. So right there on that side seemed to be the best spot. So I'm gonna make sure this has room for everything, and then we can tap it in. You saw me go through the whole process of drilling and tapping this, and after I got done, I didn't like the idea. Just the way it got drilled and tapped, I don't know, it just didn't make me feel all fat and happy. So we're just gonna keep with my giant bundle of junk and make sure everything's tight this time, because when I took this off, it wasn't very tight, but I had to take the whole thing apart to get to this. So we're just gonna put everything back together and make sure it's real tight. So yeah, lots more threads either. All right, so it's like that 6 hours later. No, I started at 12 and now it's 9. It's 9. It's been a while. So I was like, I'm gonna find this oil leak and I'm going to just tighten everything down. It'll be fine. So I went and did that, started tightening everything down, and when I put it back together, I ended up making more oil leaks, which is great, right? So then I went and decided, okay, I thought I got it good, so I changed the oil, and then I started up, thought it was gonna be good, and I fixed the ones I made, but there was still a little oil leak, but it was smaller than the other one, but it's still there. So I think I know where it's at, and it's in that stupid cluster of fittings that I showed you. So there's one that I didn't tighten, and I think I can fix it. So that's what we're gonna try to do. So I'm gonna just continue back on this tomorrow because that made me crazy, and I'll see you tomorrow. What's up, everybody? So we're back today, and let me tell you, that was a struggle to try to find that oil leak. I tightened another fitting down, and then I put Teflon tape on it instead. So hopefully it's good. I think the situation is completed, or it's taken care of. It's just taken care of. But being under the car in that weird like contortion and stuff with my body parts all over the place, my shoulders are sore, my back is sore, my body just hurts. We're gonna do something easy right now. There's still a lot of stuff to do. That stupid one thing took me forever. So we are going to wrap the plug wires with that heat shielding like I was talking about. So I may or may not just start tearing into everything on the car and going for it full speed ahead. So let me show you what I've gotten done so far, because it's torn apart now. It's all torn apart. So check it out. Yeah. So I took the alternator off because there's just a lot of stuff going on, because I wanted to get to that fitting. So what I'm going to do is, I have my heater hose, and I unconnected that other one that was on here because it was all bubbly and gross and nasty, and I didn't like the bends of it. So what I'm going to do is put a bended hose right here and actually go down and next to the motor mount and underneath the headers, and I'm going to heat shield it too, and then tie it back into the heater core, and that'll take it away. It won't be up top. It won't look ugly. That's what I'm going to do for that. And then, as you see, my AC line, I got this cool 1-inch heat shielding, so I put that on there. And then other thing is my wires down here, I kind of put them in more of an orderly fashion. And then this, my heat shielding, I put new heat shielding on the power wire so it's not red. All right, so here's the alternator. So what I'm going to do is, that one wire sticks straight up because of this red thing, makes it either one way or the other, and I can't take that. It just looked too dumb. So I'm gonna shave this side off, and then I'll be able to work with that power cord, and I can put it down and it won't look so weird, I guess. And the other thing we got to do is, so if you're running a 3G alternator, you probably have this problem as well. So see how this doesn't go all the way over? It's because of this mount, and you'd have to like either extend this thing all the way and get a long belt or something or other. You'd have to do something, right? So I'm gonna grind this down so there's room for the extender, and then we're gonna put it back on the car with the belt, and that should fix my sloppy belt. So we've been making progress. It's just a lot of work that's not very fun to watch. So that's why I've just been trying to get it done and get it accomplished, so I can start the car at this end of this video, and it can all be ready to rock, good to go. So that one heater hose is now done. That took too long. So I got a piece, and it goes straight down, and it goes underneath everything, and then it goes up into the pump right there. So the return hose for the heater hose is now done, and we're gonna put the alternator back on. I ground some of it off. It didn't seem like a lot when we started this video, but I've been in here again for like ever, just trying to fix all this stupid little stuff, and we got a lot done. I mean, it looks a lot better, everything is heat shielded a lot better, it's ready to go, but I'm wrecked. And we still got a little bit more to do, just like turbo blanket, and then we'll fire it up, make sure everything works. Then we can do the fuel system, and whew, man, tidying things up is a lot more work than you think it is. So here, let me show you. AC line, heat shielded with that other shielding, looks, to me, it looks a lot better. You notice no heater line up top, and the wiring looks a lot better, and then that wire isn't sticking straight up anymore because I ground that off, and you can see my little DEI with my heat shielded 4-gauge wire for the alternator. And then we were having that belt problem, so what I did is I loosened the turbo up again, I loosened up the clamp down there, and I clocked it. I just pushed it, and so now still no room, but we got this thing really tight, so if we gotta back it off, we gotta back it off, but we know there's a little bit extra room, so it should be good to go. But that isn't the end of the video, so I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll get it started, make sure all my work was good, and then we'll go from there, get the turbo blanket on, and yeah, then plan the fuel system. I will see you guys tomorrow. What is up, everybody? We're back. It's the next day. Power is out, so we're gonna do our best to try to get this done without any power tools, and you can't really see me that well either, so it's all dark. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is put the turbo blanket on, because just realized it's dark and it's gonna be really hard to see the oil in the dipstick, like really hard. So we're gonna get this done first. So I got my little springs. So I'm gonna put the springs on the front ones first, and then hopefully I can pull it back over, and it's not gonna be too difficult, but I say that and it's gonna be super duper hard. That's just the story of my life. So, and already I can't get the spring on the clip. All right. That was nice and easy. So turbo blanket is now on. Let's get this dipstick situated so I know how much oil is in the car. So it's half a quart low right now. We're gonna mark it half a quart low, put the half a quart in, and then mark it at full, so then we have like kind of a range to know what's going on. There's our mark for our oil. So all I did was take my chisel and put a mark in it, and that's literally all I did. Tighten up one clamp on my heater hose, but otherwise it's looking good. The belt's not winding at me. I'm happy. And it sounds crazy. It sounds insane. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so we did it. Looks like all our work came out pretty good. I'm pumped. I'm really pumped about it. It's yeah, very, very happy with the results so far. It's so cool. So let's get this fuel system on and let's make some big power. Let's make some crazy power. So that's what's coming up soon. Probably as soon as I can get to it, we're gonna get this fuel system on and go for it. So pretty much everything's buttoned up with the turbo kit. It is installed. We just need fuel to power it and make 700 horsepower. And I've been taking an online tuner class from Evans Performance Academy, and we're gonna tune this thing ourselves, learn how to do it, learn what needs to be done. I feel pretty confident so far with it. So let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. So thank you guys for sticking with me, for hanging out, coming along. It's been fun so far. It's been hectic, it's been fun, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna be fast, and we're gonna call out everybody in California. So all right guys, I will catch you on the next one.